Yo, Zach, did you hear the news?
I have not.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man. He used to live next to Ric Flair. Woo! Yo, Ric Flair is no longer part of the WWE.
What?
He asked for his release.
My God.
And they gave it to him.
That's a sad day. Is he like retiring or going elsewhere?
I mean, he should have retired a long time ago, but apparently there's something going down in WWE because there's been a lot of people leaving. So, question mark, question mark, question mark.
Hello. And welcome to another episode of Breaking Down the Tape. It always starts off interesting. I will be going by a new name, actually, because there's a lot of changes that I want to talk about. But I will be going by Papa Smurf from here on.
Papa Smurf!
Bringing back the old nickname. There's a reason for that, because you can look that Twitter handle up on Twitter, Papa Smurf NFL, and that will be my new personal Twitter. You guys
haven't heard Papa Smurf since high school either.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? And that's obviously Hector, because he said what he said. But if you guys who are
because I know Papa Smurf from high school.
If you guys are new to watching this, you'll see some new graphics, some new backgrounds. So go on YouTube, check it out. You'll see where you can find us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram at Breaking Down the Tape. And Twitter is no longer a football Smurf. It is at BDTT Sports. So if you're on Twitter, go check that out. And that's just kind of my
BBWs.
Nah, that's on the hub. That's on on orange and black websites. But anyway, so this week is gonna follow the same fucking thing that we've been doing for like a year and a half now. We're gonna hit you with a round of the world of sports. I'm gonna let Hector kind of do his thangy thing there. We're gonna talk to you about some trivia, as I was so called out in pre-production, because we no longer talk about it anymore. Hector and I are getting a divorce. There's no communication. Communication in our relationship anymore.
You're not gonna be in my will.
You're not gonna be in my will. We're so petty. I want to talk about Carson Wentz today, because there's been some big news today, especially surrounding him, that affects
the world's okayest okay.
Got the receipts. And man, you've been blowing up my phone recently over these fucking Madden ratings. We gotta fucking talk about it. I mean, I've seen it too, but it's oh my god. 100%. So let's get this thing going, Hector. Do your thang. Take me around the world of sports.
What's going on, guys? It's Around the World of Sports where Hector, I said what I said. And we're going to shoot over to the NHL real quick. Not too much, but I really want to talk about this Kane. What's his first name?
Evander Kane?
Evander Kane and his allegedly gambling on not allegedly. He gambled on games.
It's alleged. Allegedly, sir. He hasn't been busted. Allegedly.
The man's $27 million in debt. Now, the thing is that his wife was the one to go on Instagram or Twitter or whatever and call him out on it, which started the investigation. It's just insane.
Yeah. I mean, again, another allegedly, right? Because I haven't read whether it was or wasn't his wife. There is the word allegedly his wife.
No. It is his wife.
Oh, it was tracked
out. His wife shouted him out.
Oh shit! Yeah, she put it in her story, right?
She because they're going through a divorce at the same time.
Oh my god!
They're going through divorce, that's his excuse to it too. Like, we're going through a divorce, so she's, and he's already been known to have gambling issues in the past.
No shit.
but not to this extent. But when she like threw out the amount of dollars and like all that, and like she went into detail about, they're like, okay.
She brought a nuke to a gunfight. Oh my God. He said, I'm divorcing you. She said, I'm going to burn it down. Holy Jesus. But speaking of hockey, I do have a little bit to add here. The New York Rangers took the Capitals series last year where Artemi Panarin got like fucking body slammed by Tom Wilson. They took that shit seriously and went out and got a bunch of like old school fucking enforcers, to the tune of like Ryan Reeves, and went out there and decided to get gritty hockey players to go out there and fuck up every other team. I'm okay with this, with the exception of one thing. They traded away my boy Pavel Buchnevich for nothing. That's my only fucking disagreement here.
I don't know a lot about hockey, and I don't even know a little about hockey. But I do know one thing. I love the fact that I can never pronounce 97.9% of the last names of anyone in hockey.
I wish I had made you read, without pronouncing it, I wish I had made you read Pavel Buchnevich's name.
I swear those people in those countries, what they do is that they pop out so many babies and they don't know how to come up with a last name anymore, that they just go and they shuffle the alphabet letters in a fucking hat and they pull out. They're like, you know what? 10 letters, and pull out 10 fucking letters, and they just try to spell it out.
They just put Scrabble tiles in the hat, take out a handful, throw it, and whatever.
No, you said it there. It goes family on family. They play Scrabble. Wow. The family that builds the biggest word, that's the name.
I think that should be like a special episode in the future, getting you to read hockey player names. That should be the episode. Done. Hector reads hockey names. That's
Bro, do you want more content for Ghost and Drunken Monkey?
every name you get wrong, you take a shot.
Game Point already shouted out that I can't fucking pronounce shit.
He called himself out too, though. Anyway, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take up more of your time. Continue, sir.
Anyway, staying on the NHL real quick, the Seattle Kraken actually got a deal rejected by the NHL. They were trying to sign the Colorado Avalanche unrestricted free agent Grubauer to a 6-year $35.5 million deal, and they said no for violating the league's requirement of front loaders contract.
Right. But I did hear on top of that, they are still working. It's not like it's dead in the water, done. We're not talking the Mets here with their draft pick. But I did read at least that they were still working on it. They were changing the language a little bit the last time I saw.
It's wild, though. I never seen some shit like that.
That is the first for me.
Shooting over to the MLB, it's kind of been crazy lately. Now that we're back on the line and we're doing that thing after the All-Star break, crazy trade deadline.
Dude, my phone,
ridiculous.
I can't even imagine what your phone must have been like, because my phone isn't really set to MLB alerts. It's set to like game scores and stuff like that for the Yankees. Even my phone went fucking batshit the other day at the trade deadline.
Dude, from what I've seen, yeah, it was the most trades in I'm pretty sure I want to say history.
I wouldn't shock me.
Deadline.
I mean, is there even a fucking baseball player on the Cubs right now? Like, can they even field the baseball team?
The Cubs went on a straight rebuild. Just blew it up. It up.
My God, dude. Like, what? I knew the Cubs were in a bad way, but
so many teams made out, though. The Yankees got Rizzo, and they got Gallo. The Red Sox got Kyle Schwarber from the Nationals. The Dodgers got fucking Max Scherzer and Trey Turner.
Who let that happen?
The White Sox got a closer that they needed so desperately for their bullpen, and Kimbrel from the Cubs. Like, the Mets got fucking Javi Baez.
Ain't that the fucking truth?
Like,
holy.
dude.
Yeah, but speaking about the Mets, and that's the crazy part to me, right? Like, the Mets go out and get Javi Baez, awesome, and then they can't sign their first-round draft pick? So what the fuck is the life of a Mets fan?
So what goes on with this is that we're talking about Rocker here. Rocker was projected the number 1 draft pick his freshman year in Vanderbilt 3 years ago. Then the second, when they won the College World Series. Then COVID hit and the season got canceled, so no one played their second year.
Right.
Third year comes out this year, and they play great. They make it to the College World Series. They lose. He has a terrible last game. That last game, he got rocked, but he had a great season. The thing was that they didn't like the drop in velocity from his freshman year to his junior year when it came to his pitching. At the same time, he refused and said no to any of the pre-draft programs of MRIs and physical exams or whatever. So they were like, okay, speculations maybe.
Right.
And then he fails his physical exam for the Mets after they draft him. He fails his physical exam after they draft him. So then at that point, it was assigned a $6 million deal that he was due a $6 million deal, being the 11th pick.
Right.
And it didn't go through. So now he can either be signed by someone or go back into the draft next year. Regardless, the Mets get the 11th pick next year.
Interesting.
Plus, they save on about $1 million.
That's interesting. I don't know the scope of all those things. Is it worth mentioning that his agent is super fucking star agent Scott Boras?
Yeah.
Is that worth mentioning? Does that have any play here, or is that just
Scott Boras has any play into it right now? Because it's a rookie. It's a rookie. I think Scott Boras is smart. Maybe he has some play where he's smart and he knows he's trying to hide a previous injury because he's trying to get the bag like he's an agent.
Sure.
He's trying to get the guy into the league. Of injury course. Or not, whatever.
Sure.
But I do believe if Rocker has an injury that he's the guy to go to try to hide the fact that you have an injury and get into the league.
Fair enough. What else you got for me, big dog?
Staying on the Yankees real quick. The Yankees are on a roll. The Red Sox are on a slide. I want to throw that in there. And we're only about 2.5 games, maybe 3.5 games of the wild card. So as long as Gallo and Rizzo keep doing their thing and the lineup starts playing the way they need to play, I think we'll be all right.
Do you think that was like the magic sauce, just real quick? Do you think like that those were the pieces that were needed to kind of do something?
I think Rizzo showed that he fits completely perfect, and we need that. Yankees are always known for key points. Like in a championship team for the Yankees, it's key positions. We have a great outfielder, a great first baseman, a great shortstop, 1 or 2 great pitchers, especially one in the bullpen. And we have a pretty decent catcher. And that's usually that's what we got right now.
Fair enough.
And most of the time you can say third base, which I think Urshela is not A-Rod.
Right.
Not 09 A-Rod and not fucking Chuck Knobloch and shit like that. But
fair enough. I respect it.
Shooting over to the NBA. The NBA is going to take a little bit right here. NBA is going nuts right now. It is free agent frenzy. And I don't even know where to freaking start. All right. I know where to kind of start. So I'm going to start right here with the balls. The balls, not the regular balls, with the basketballs, with the balls that are in my shorts. We're gonna talk about the balls, the ball, the BBBs, not the big bad bitches, not the big ball bitches, the ball brothers. God damn it!
Is this episode just going to be named Balls? Is that the theme of this episode? Balls.
So the Bulls end up landing Lonzo Ball with a 4-year, $85 million deal. He was a free agent. I kind of felt like the Pelicans weren't going to want to keep him and move on from him, and they did. Did not expect the Bulls to go for him, though. It's kind of weird, but I can kind of see a fitting between him and let me say this name right because Ghost the Drunken Monkey must be here. Levine?
Zach Levine, yes, I believe. Levine? Is it Levine? Now I don't fucking know. I don't watch enough basketball.
Levine?
Somebody.
But they locked up Lonzo Ball. Hey, he got his bag. 4 years, $85 million.
Right on.
I don't.
You know me. I'm always for players getting the bag, dog. You know me. I'm never gonna not advocate for that.
I don't know how he's worth that much money, but okay.
I mean, I agree with you. I don't know how he's worth that much money either, but I'm always for players getting the bag. It ain't got nothing to do with me.
And then the Heat move on, and they're in talks to get Butler for a max deal of about $184 million deal. $84 million deal. I definitely see Butler staying with the Heat and making a push for a ring.
Okay, yeah, I could see that. I'm surprised he hasn't tried to join like a super team elsewhere. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I think he's totally like the old school version of like Giannis. And he's like, nah, I don't do the super. Like he might pair up with someone like one, like decent person, like Roddy person like him, like Roddy, like fucking rough person like him to try to win the chip, but not like build a super team.
Fair enough.
Mavs keep Hardaway with the 4-year deal. Now Tim Hardaway was a New York Knicks draft pick,
right?
And the Knicks ended up trading him away, getting him back, giving him a fucking massive, like $80-something million deal. Ends up a year later trading him to the Mavs, and now he gets another 4-year, $74 million deal. So regardless, this man for being a decent player. He's not even an all-star player. He's like a just below all-star player. For some reason, know how to make his bag.
Well, I was going to ask you, is he worth it? I don't know enough about Tim Hardaway or basketball to know, but is he worth that kind of money?
His father was a great ball player for the Knicks. Him and his father actually seen multiple playoff series.
But is Junior worth it?
His junior, like he just like your man, he can't even get an all-star vote.
So no, he's not worth that kind of money.
You're getting 4 years, almost $80 million for 2 years for 2 contracts in a row, and you not one of the last 8 or 9 years you made an all-star.
Right. Fair. That's fair.
Ridiculous. Yep. Now I want to shout out Mike Conley to the Jazz, 3-year deal.
Okay.
He's coming close to retirement anyway, but the New York Knicks.
Here's the boys.
Some core players together. Core players. They just signed Noel to a 3-year, $32 million deal. He was the backup center for Mitchell Robinson. He ended up starting half the season after Robinson got hurt. He was like second in the league in blocks per game, one of the top 3 block leaders in the league. And I thought that was a guy. Like, he's not a points guy.
Right.
If you want a defensive presence, a guy that's going to make sure he blocks shots and get rebounds, I'll take it. He knows his role.
Right, but that's exactly what you expect out of a Tom Tibbs team. Say that 10 times fast. Tom Tibbs team. I can't even say it one time fast.
Also, the Knicks go out and re-sign Alec Burks to a 3-year deal, $30 million. And he's a 3-point fucking savage off the bench. Nice pickup right there. Now, the only down part is that the Knicks didn't get to keep Reggie Bullock. Reggie Bullock ended up walking and going over to the Mavs on a deal. Which Reggie Bullock was another 3-point savage. Started a few games.
Right.
Probably half the games, I think.
I remember his name thrown around.
So, sucks to suck, but you take your licks when you can.
You what you be.
Oh, now, before we end this, I just want to say, I saw what I saw.
Well, with that very eloquent ending, we'll lead right into the trivia question of the week. So, last week's question was how many receivers were taken before Terrell Owens in the 1996 NFL Draft? Now, before we give you the answer, I only had one person respond, and that was on TikTok. That was Damian Harris, LOL. And he gave me 19. Not a terrible guess.
That was a lot, though.
That was a lot.
Damn, like you do know there's 32 teams, right? like
well,
19 wide receiver.
All right, so the number was high, but it's not a bad guess because the real number was 11. 11 wide receivers were taken.
I was wrong. I think I said like 3.
Yeah, you went low, and I probably would have been around like the 3 to 5 range too had I not known the answer. But it just kind of goes on to the ending rant in trivia last week that we were talking about. Nobody fucking knows how to draft, and if they tell you that they do, they're a bunch of fucking liars. They're all liars.
So since you're talking about drafting, shooting over to fantasy drafting. Shout out to Sam Cardona. She took a take today on Sportsman. She was like, hey, I've been in sports her whole life.
I saw that. I meant to respond to that too.
And this is her first year doing fantasy football. So she wanted advice. And I told her straight up, I was like, look, we can all give you advice. We can all give you our own takes. We can all say what's the best way. And take this guy and do this and look at this and read this. And I was just like, just go with your fucking gut.
Amen. So first of all, especially for a woman of the sports caliber that Sam is, hell yeah, I'll go with your gut. That's the best thing, the best advice that you can give somebody like her. But I just blown away that I thought she was asking for a friend. I didn't see the take. I just saw the headline. I didn't realize she's worked for the NFL. Oh my God, Sam. Good for her, though. I'm happy she's into it. But anywho, me talking like a seasoned veteran doing this for like 4 years. Get over myself.
I was like, I've only done this 4 years, but I go with your gut.
Right. I'm an analyst and an expert, damn it. This week's trivia question is how many players had 100 or more solo tackles in 2018?
Say that again?
How many players had 100 or more solo tackles in 2018? So in the 2018 season, how many players had wrapped up the ball carrier by themselves and were credited with a tackle, and nobody else was credited with that tackle, solo tackles? And as Hector put it before, the world's second most okayest quarterback, only behind Jared Goff. I should trademark that. I don't know if anyone else says it, but I feel like I was the first person to say it, and I'm gonna.
Bro, I jumped on Sports Me and I was fucking writing. I was like, "Yo, we kept saying this shit."
Yo, I just, and first of all, let me say before people start hating, he's been injured. Look, I don't want him to be injured. I really don't. I would love to be proven right simply
I really, really, really wanted him to come out this year and show and have a decent year, full year to show whether he's it or not.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you because I feel like I would have been proven right, but he can't come out and have a full year because today,
he's not proven right.
Right? Yeah, that he can't come out and fucking play because he's made of glass. So it came out today. It came out a couple of days ago that he was limited in practice, or he was removed from practice, and he's indefinite because of a foot sprain, a foot injury. And then it came out like earlier this morning, I think, that he was opting for rehab and he wasn't going to do surgery. And then it came out this afternoon, go fuck yourself. He's getting a bone removed from his foot. So the average person has X amount of bones in their feet. Carson Wentz will have X-1 bones in his feet. And apparently, I don't know if you read this, but theoretically, it could stem from a high school injury. How?
Well, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, well, no one like officially confirmed it, but doctors are saying it might have stemmed from a high school injury.
Well, this is the same foot he's injured in what, like the second, third time now?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you get all the way this far? You're the second fucking overall pick, and you get this fucking far, and nobody's taking a look at your foot and going, "That's fucked." Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm not a doctor. I'm not a fucking NFL scout or an NFL medical whatever. But I just feel like that. How did you fucking miss this? Like, This is the guy you're pouring millions of dollars into.
I'm gonna stand on my take and say his MVP season was a straight fucking fluke.
Clearly,
because he had one great season. I felt like if he would have stood healthy, they may or may not would have won the Super Bowl. Probably not. Tom Brady probably would have beat them, and then he would have came out the next year, and it same thing would have happened. Like, not injury wise, but he would have just been okay.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is that season was such a fluke that Nick Foles was able to take over and have a postseason career of a lifetime and
never touch the field again.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's how fluky that Philadelphia.
You're a Super Bowl champ and you can't get a starting job,
bro. So now he's out for 5 to 12 weeks, which is a ridiculous time gap for me. 5 to 12 weeks, which clearly cuts into a significant portion of the season. If it's 5 weeks, he'll be out for like what?
Week 1? Weeks of the season.
That's what I'm saying. At worst, he comes back in like week 2, or at best, he comes back week 2 or 3. At worst, he's not fucking good to go until like week 15. And at that time, do you really have him come back? Not to mention, Eagles fans have got to be losing their fucking mind over this. Because let's not forget, they traded Carson to fucking Indy with a conditional pick.
Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles did. So
the Indy. You said the Colts traded him to Indy.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, no, the Eagles traded him to Indy. Eagles fans got to be pissed because Wentz has to take 90% of regular season.
75.
Oh, 75. 75% of regular season snaps for them to get a first-round pick. That's fucking blown out of the water at this point. I feel like that is a foregone conclusion that that's fucked by now.
If he doesn't come back, what? 70. Okay, so 17 games in the season. He would have to play. He wouldn't. No, he would have to come back by week 4.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what, and not get injured again.
He would have to play every game from week 4 on.
That shit's dead. He's done. It's over with. So now we've got to move on. The Eagles aren't getting their fucking conditional first round. The Colts are not getting their quarterback of the future.
So then what? What does the Colts do?
Well, that's exactly it. Frank Reich after, Wentz, they figured out that it'd be 5 to 12 week. Frank Reich came out to their backup Jacob Eason and said, "It's your team now." And that's like a direct quote. "It's your team now."
Eason, I remember that name.
I want to say he's from like Georgia or something like that. I don't really give a shit enough.
I remember that name. He got drafted in like the second or third round like 2-3 years ago.
I want to say like last year, at latest 2 years ago, but I feel like for some reason it's been last year. But don't fucking quote me on that. I was really drunk during the draft. So
aren't we all?
Amen. So he says that, and then another report comes out that Nick Foles is talking to the media and pretty much, if you read between the lines, says he would be open to a reunification with Frank Reich. He's like, Frank Reich has my ultimate respect, but right now I'm a Bear. But we're just you'd never rule anything out, kind of situation. And it comes out that there may or may not have been talk with Nick Foles and the Bears for a trade. Does Nick Foles come to the Indianapolis Colts and fucking haunt Carson Wentz?
One, I'm gonna be mad because we kept saying how we would like the Nick Foles to just like we need a backup for Zach Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be mad about that a little bit, but I would love the story of Nick Foles following Carson Wentz wherever he goes and elevating. I'm gonna say that word, elevating the team.
Chef's kiss.
Something that he can't.
Imagine. Just, we walked down. I gave you some crazy ass theories last week. Let me give you another crazy ass theory this week. Imagine they trade for Nick Foles for like a fucking bag of chips. Nick Foles comes down and leads the Colts to a fucking Super Bowl and wins. Carson Wentz has 2 rings and has never played in a Super Bowl game. All because of Nick Foles.
Who's smarter?
Yeah, right? Who wins that battle? No, but how crazy would that be if they trade for Big Dick Nick and he comes down there and
Big Dick? I don't see Big Dick Nick. Like, okay, so like let's say it works out, they get Nick Foles. I don't see him going to the Super Bowl with the Colts. They're a good team. They're a great team. Great defense. Weapons on offense are coming together. Nick Foles is not the piece to take. Like, they'll reach the playoffs.
So we all know how I feel about quarterbacks, right? They have a top 5 defense. They have one of the best offensive lines in the league. They've got Michael Pittman Jr. They have Jonathan Taylor, who had a good season last year. Marlon Mack, I think, is making a comeback.
Who are both in the top 20 Madden ratings. Hint, shadowing.
Oh, my God. Why not, first of all, Big Dick?
He said, oh, my God.
Why? I think Foles can. I feel like with that team, it doesn't take a whole lot of chutzpah to get you over the fucking edge. I feel like that team is primed for a Super Bowl run with just mediocre quarterback play. And I feel like Nick Foles can give me mediocre quarterback play.
It's the Colts team. He will not be able... I stand corrected. I want to retract my last couple statements. I want to retract back. I want to change it all. He will bring a Super Bowl to the Colts.
Did you say what you said?
And not in the sense of like, oh, he's gonna go dominate the league. I'm saying in the sense of like haunting Carson Wentz. He will bring a Super Bowl to the Colts.
Fair enough. Let me throw another quarterback.
And that's when I said what I said. You know why?
Why?
Because as old as he is, he has the weapons, the defense, and the top 2 best offensive lines in the league.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm
You
saying.
got pancakes on pancakes on pancakes.
Stacks on stacks on stacks. So let me throw another mustache and jorts your way. I think Gardner Minshew has been thrown around the Twitterverse as well. Now, whether that's an official thing or not, but I have seen his name thrown around for a trade potentially to the Colts. How do you feel about that?
I like that trade or that workout because you can start him. He's like a younger Fitzmagic.
That's exactly the terms I've heard.
Now, hear me out. I would not also. Sorry, there's a fucking fly in front of me.
Hector's going Karate Kid.
I would. How would you feel if the Jets wanted to go for Gardner Minshew because he has a couple years over Zach Wilson and they have kind of the same play style, so you could play with that?
No. And again, foreshadowing because I've been living on some training camp hype. I don't mind who the Jets have as backups, so no. I'm going to go ahead and pass.
Ooh! Breaking news here. I'm breaking down the tape. It is Hector. I said what I said.
Did you hit the Powerball?
Yes. Derrick Rose agrees to come back to the Knicks on a 3-year, $43 million deal.
Anywho.
I'm fucking excited.
Before we wrap this up, I'm happy to, for Knicks fans and my casual self, give me one quarterback that you think that the Colts will try and make a play for.
They need someone. They fucking need someone.
You don't think Jacob Eason is the answer?
Isn't that the brand to a baseball mitt?
So before we get in, and I kind of gave this a little bit of foreshadowing, before we get into Madden ratings, this training camp hype, and maybe this is what leads to Madden ratings because this is all just blowing my mind, right? So if you're a fan of the game, you know that these are the times that the next season of game, the ratings come out, and they're usually absurd. And I sit here, I mean, Hector, you blew my fucking phone up like 30 times sending me lists and all these things, all these crazy takes, and we're going to get into some of them. But I got, like, is it training camp that leads to some of this hype? Like, I know you're not on Twitter, and this is like my first year on Twitter. Oh my God, the training camp hype right now is just insane. Are we so deprived for football that even the small glimpses that we can get in an unpadded practice, like according to NFL Twitter, let's see, Carl Lawson is going to be like the all-time sack leader in the NFL. Zach Wilson is the next coming of Jesus Christ. Justin Fields is the next Patrick Mahomes. In fact, the Mahomes-like throw is a quote that was used. Let's see here. There's just so many. Oh, Darnell Mooney, greatest receiver of all time. What the fuck goes on at training camp that I'm missing? Am I missing? Does this go on every year, or is COVID like forced us to be?
See, while you're watching stuff like that, I'm watching stuff on the training camp where it's like Odell Beckham gets 2 diamonds put into his teeth. and literally, he has 2 teeth way back here, like his fucking molars. He gets diamonds implanted into his fucking teeth.
So basically what you're saying is training camp is just the wild, wild west of fucking NFL news. Anything can happen.
Who comes up with this shit?
Dude.
What? Like, you, what? Okay, Zach, you know what? You go out with 11 of your best friends and play football. Then the following week, take those 11 best friends and play a team you never known or anything, and play against them at 100 capacity.
Yeah.
And tell me if you're going to play each other the exact same way.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, man. You know, I've watched some of these plays, and yeah, Zach Wilson, I'll speak specifically for the Jets. You know, Zach Wilson made a great throw. Elijah Moore made a great catch. You know, Mekhi Becton made a great block. Carl Lawson beat him. You know, like, yes, the video is great. It's unpadded until like today. Fucking, it's 7-on-7 drills. You bop the quarterback on the head to sack him. You know what I mean? Like, they're just... I've been deprived of football, and it makes me super fucking happy to see it. But, like, Jesus, some of these takes coming out of training camp are batshit, dude.
I mean, I get it. You have to get some type of rating out of what you see and what you know of the player. But you can't go out here and give me this ridiculous fucking shit of, you know, Baker Mayfield. And I'm not saying this is true. I'm just like literally pulling shit out of my ass just to make an example out of it. Baker Mayfield, 98 speed.
Well, perfect going into the ratings. I've seen shit crazy as fucking Jameis Winston's throwing 0 interceptions through 3 practices. Okay. But perfect segue with the ratings is, I get it. You got to come from them from somewhere. What does it take to actually be a Madden Raider or whatever the fuck the job title is?
I would, first of all, I want to know how much that shit makes. They probably make like $100K a year, because I can go out there and just tell people, you know what? I don't like you. 75 rating. You know what? You 89. You 46 and a half.
Like, what do you? How do you get this job? How do you get this job? I've been playing NFL The Blitz for 20 years. Like, how do you? Like, who does this job?
I'm telling you right now. Give me an NFL Raider. I'm smashing him in NFL Madden. Don't. This motherfucker don't play Madden. He don't play Madden.
They don't even watch the game for me. Because I mean, sit here and look at these fucking takes. Like, I put it up on Instagram. Top 10 quarterbacks. Number 1, Patrick Mahomes, 99 overall. By the way, I want to shout this out because I didn't hop on that take on Sports Me. Game Point Live, Mikey from Game Point Live.
Yeah, no,
Mahomes deserves a 98 because of that Super Bowl. Sir, no. Watch the game. No. Watch the game.
He was trolling, and I didn't even jump on or watch the take just because I knew what was going to go on.
I threw a take up there, but I was driving, and I didn't have service, and it cut the take, and I just didn't fucking shoot it. But, Mikey, me and you got to have a talk here because you got to watch that game again. Anyway, number 2, Tom Brady, 97 overall, fine. Aaron Rodgers, number 3, 96, fine. Russell Wilson, number 4, 94, fine. Lamar Jackson, 90 overall at number 5, fine. Deshaun Watson, number 6, 90 overall, fine. Josh Allen, 88, number 7 overall.
No.
Here's where it gets me.
No. Josh Allen, 90. I'm putting him at a 90.
Okay, I can give you that. Dak Prescott, 87. That's low for me.
Nope. And you know what? As much as I hate the Cowboys, nope. Too low. I'm 93. Putting back. I was gonna say 92.
Fair enough. I'll take 1 point difference.
Yeah.
I'll take 1 point difference. What really bugs me is we have Ryan Tannehill and Matt Ryan in the top 10. Ryan Tannehill and Matt Ryan really deserve to be in your top 10?
No. What kills me is you got to see the top the other 10. You got to see the 20. You got Justin Herbert. You got Justin Herbert at like 13th.
Because of one season?
Come here. Hold up. I'm bringing it up. I'm bringing it up right now.
The recency bias here is madness. Like, what are you people watching? Yeah, there's a lot of potential in some of these guys, like Justin Herbert. I think he has a lot of potential, but he played not even a full fucking season. What are we fucking talking about here, guys? And this is just overall ratings. Give Hector a second, give us a second, and we'll fucking get into the fucking individual ratings of just the Jets alone. But like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is all I gotta ask? Like, what are you guys ranking this off of? I need to fucking know.
Okay, so you think those ratings were crazy? I spoke to Zach offline, and I was like, bro, like I'm scrolling. I'm seeing all these little ratings. Someone, and I think you said it, Zach, someone's writing the Jets hype or some shit because these ratings for some of these players on the Jets, like so as much as me and Zach are Jets fans, as sad as it is to say that we are Jets fans, we are true to the truth of our team. We suck.
Right?
We're ass. We're garbage. We don't deserve to be in the NFL. Like,
all right.
As of lately. But we stay true to our word.
Right.
These ratings, like we heard these ratings and we're like, oh, yeah.
Like they gotta be going to these camps and just like living on hype trains. I mean, some of them I can get. Like the very first one you sent me, Mekhi Becton at an impact block of 99. I can fuck with that. I think that's obviously true and clear, and I can fuck with that.
Yeah, no, Mekhi Becton's block, yeah, at 99. Come on, that I get, but you're getting a Zach Wilson 94 arm strength off of No, yeah, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And then you got the one that you don't agree with. You said it was Jamison Crowder's agility.
Yeah, they gave a 94. I don't know. I feel like a 90 was more appropriate for that.
I don't know because you watch him in the slot and he's untouchable, bro. He's untouchable. Like, come on, you can't give him agility. Like, he makes you. That's the point of like elusiveness and agility goes hand in hand. So if he gets a 94 agility, I'm thinking his elusiveness is going to be somewhere around a 96. He's that guy. He's going to make you miss, bro. He has speed too.
I get it, and maybe it's just because like the Jets have burdened me so often, but again, 90 seems more rational to me. And like Javelin Guidry, cornerback, fucking speed is a 96? Jesus Christ. Like, I just don't see how. Where are you guys getting this from? Where? So again, McGovern, toughness 94, I get it. Quentin Williams, block shedding 88, I get it. But there are some of these shits, especially with fucking rookies, that like, where the fuck is this coming from?
So check this out. Right now, where would you put Marcus May?
93 overall. I'd give him a 93 overall.
I would give him a 90. You know where they put him? 85.
Fuck out of here.
They gave him a 90 speed, a 90 acceleration, 77 strength, 86 agility, and I can keep going.
77 strength?
CJ Mosley.
Now, see, that's hard because he sat out last year.
He sat out, yeah, but it wasn't for an injury.
I know. 89.
84.
I guess that's like 5 degrees of separation isn't like, oh my God, for me.
Okay. Since you brought him up, Carl Lawson.
I'd give him like an 84. Maybe an 80.
You're 83.
83. Okay. All right. So hey, maybe I can get a job. Really, this podcast is me auditioning for different jobs in the NFL.
Corey Davis.
77.
83.
See, I don't see it. I just don't see it.
Becton.
Mekhi Becton, I'd give like a 96.
82.
What the fuck? How do you have a guy have an impact block of 99 and fucking 82 overall?
He has 69 speed, 80 accelerate, 94 strength, 59 agility, 89 aware. I could keep going.
What? Mekhi Becton has some of the best footwork.
Let me get to his blocking. He got 84 injury, 82 stamina, 93 toughness, 39 truck.
Well, yeah, because that's a running
99 block.
See, that's crazy.
What's that one? Run block. 85. 82 pass block.
82 pass block. Nah, I'd give that at least an 86. See,
Jamison Crowder.
Jamison Crowder, I'd probably put, especially after last season, I'm giving him an 85.
80.
See, again,
they played him on his speed because you know how fast Crowder is. They gave him an 89 speed.
I mean, I can see that though. See, that's the thing with me is it's so hit and miss. It's so you put fucking guys like Matt Ryan in the fucking Ryan Tannehill in your fucking top 10 of ratings. I'm not talking about how well they might perform this year in fantasy or because of their team, but in ratings.
So you got a Zach Wilson with a 94 arm strength. Guess his overall.
He's a rookie. Number 2 pick. 80.
75.
Fuck out of here.
75.
But see, like, where are you even basing that off of? That's what I gotta know. Can somebody that works for EA please reach out to us? Because I gotta fucking know, man. Like, what are you ranking this shit off of? Especially guys who have never played a fucking snap.
Okay. So someone like Elijah Moore, who was supposed to be like one of the best receivers in the draft, right?
Right.
What do you think?
Knowing Madden, they probably gave him like a 72.
73.
See, I can throw bullshit numbers at you.
Okay. Elijah Vera Tucker, who was arguably probably like the second or third best lineman in the draft.
Because it's Madden, they probably went like 74. I'm going to say 82 would be my rating.
72.
My God.
Denzel Mims.
See, Mims hasn't lived up, though. I'm giving Mims a flat 70.
72.
Really? The same as Elijah Moore? Get out of here. I disagree.
That's what I'm saying. This shit is fucking bullshit, bro. Come on.
That's somebody from EA. Reach out to
ratings. Us. These ratings, like, are we just literally, and that was just the Jets. That's just us going through our own team. Imagine how you guys feel about your team. Yo, yeah. Unless you're Tampa Bay Bucks, where everyone's a 99 overall. Because they think there's a Madden Hall of. I guarantee you, in 20 years, not even. I give it less than that. Tampa Bay Bucks from last year is one of those legendary Hall of Fame teams on Madden.
Easily, especially if fucking they win a back-to-back. Easily. But with that being said, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, you know where to find us. Twitter is now at BDTT Sports. Breaking down the tape, sports. That easy. Anyway, Sports Mate, you know where to find us, guys. Write in. We want to know what you think. And let us know what you think about the trivia. Hector, hit him with it.
Get ready for degenerates. Get ready for NFL. Because the champ is here. You can't see me. I said what I said.